Tonight we report on why REC Silicon has not paid its 2013 property tax bill, and Grant County Commissioners are looking to fill 2 vacancies with the Moses Lake Irrigation and Rehabilitation Board. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Ephrata Soccer continues its winning ways, and Wharton picks up a win on the pitch as well. Let's take a peek at our Weather Center forecast.
Good to be with you, everybody. Heavy rains and gray skies impacting the entire region. Brief break in the forecast. All the details in just a few moments.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on iFiber1 News.
From the iFiber1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFiber1 News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFiber1 News, and it starts now.
REC Silicon is not paying its 2013 property tax bill until its Thurston County Superior Court case is finished. Grant County recently sent the company a $7.5 million property tax bill following a decision by the State Board of Tax Appeals. The payment was due on Friday. Company representatives stated the bill was premature because they appealed the board's decision to the court. According to an REC statement, state law doesn't require the company to pay until the court has ruled, and criticized county officials for sending the bill early. Treasurer Daryl Pheasant said he wasn't surprised the company was continuing to fight the bill, since it has fought every decision about its property tax bill for the past 5 years. Grant County is moving forward with a plan to install cameras in several locations across the county, including the courthouse and the Larson community. Reporter Cameron Probert has more information.
Grant County is moving forward with a plan to install 18 cameras in locations across the county. The commissioners agreed to add $68,249 to the sheriff's office budget to pay for the first year of a 5-year contract with Huntley USA. The other 4 years are expected to cost $58,249 a year. The money will pay for 12 pan-tilt zoom cameras, 6 fixed cameras, 9 iPads, and other costs associated with connecting the cameras to the internet. Huntley USA, a Las Vegas-based company, provides security cameras to several law enforcement agencies across the country. It also provides police the ability to monitor what the cameras are seeing on a real-time basis. The cameras will be split between the Grant County Courthouse campus, the Larson community, Beverly, Schwana, and Desert Air. For iFiber1 News, this is Cameron Probert reporting.
The Columbia Snake River Irrigators Association is hosting a Moses Lake Luncheon next week to provide an update on the surface water project for farmers using water from the Odessa sub-aquifer. The luncheon is at 11:30 a.m. on Monday, October 27th at the ATEC Masto Conference Center at Big Bend Community College. The program begins at noon. The association plans to discuss the privately funded project set to deliver water to 70,000 acres of farmland east of Moses Lake and north of Interstate 90. Dr. Daryl Olson, an Irrigators Association board representative, is giving a presentation and conducting a panel discussion by irrigators and representatives of major banks and lending institutions. 2 people were injured when a driver failed to yield at an intersection on State Route 28 near Quincy Monday. Eustacio Gomez, a 74-year-old George man, was driving north on Road 10 Northwest at 2:50 p.m. when he reportedly failed to yield the right-of-way at the intersection with the highway. According to the Washington State Patrol, his GMC pickup collided with a Mercury Mountaineer driven by Brianna Eikenberry, a 19-year-old Wenatchee woman. Gomez was airlifted to Sacred Heart Medical Center for his injuries. A passenger in the GMC, Contreras Hernandez, a 52-year-old Quincy woman, was taken to Quincy Valley Medical Center. Eikenberry and her other passenger, Ivan Munoz, a 26-year-old Wenatchee man, were not injured. The State Patrol reported the collision was allegedly caused by Gomez failing to yield and cited him with negligent driving in the second degree, driving without a valid license, and not having insurance. And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be right back after this.
Just when I thought the blizzard couldn't get any better, DQ put the blizzard inside a waffle cone. This is mind-blowing. So when DQ asked me how I would tell the world, I said... Sounds better in Italian.
Pretty impressive, Liz. Any blizzard, like confetti cake, now in a fresh-baked waffle cone. This is fan food, not fast food.
Hi, I'm Cindy Carter, your Grant County Commissioner. Currently, I serve the 92,000 residents of Grant County, working with over 700 employees, 11 different labor unions, and providing oversight to an annual budget of $131 million. I have served in this capacity for 7.5 years, working closely with each department and office, reviewing their individual budgets to ensure a balanced overall budget so the county can remain fiscally strong. I'm Cindy Carter. Please vote for me in the 2014 election as your Grant County Commissioner.
Good to be with you, everybody. I'm Ceci Gutierrez with your local weather report from the One News Weather Center, and it is brought to you by your Buck Larry Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Let's begin with a quick look at your headlines. Damp weather in store, unfortunately. Heavy rain overnight tonight, and also breezy and unsettled scenario associated with the series of storms promising to remain across the area. The first system impacting the region overnight tonight into this Thursday. But let's begin with a quick look. During the past 24 hours, temperature maxed out this afternoon around 58 in Ephrata, the low 44, and the sunset at around 5:58. Across Moses Lake, the temperature topped out around 60, mid-40s the low, and quite a difference between the average low. Mid-30s should be the normal low. Quick look at the conditions right outside your door. Gray skies with rain with the wind out of the southeast at around 10 miles per hour. Temperatures in the upper 50s. Here's a quick look across the region for overnight hours. We are anticipating to be under the influence of the first storm system, promising to bring heavy rains across the entire region and also even some thunderstorm activity associated with this system. Thursday night into Friday early morning could be seeing a bit of a break across inland northwest and some scattered showers also across northern portions of Idaho, but that brief break will be quite brief because as we head into Friday, late day into Saturday, we'll be seeing another storm system creep into the region, bringing heavy rains into the area once again. And then by the beginning of next work week, we could be seeing remnants of what was Hurricane Anna, and that will be bringing quite unsettled weather to the region as well, possibly leaving up to between 3 to 10 plus inches of rain once these systems are all said and done by mid next week. So once again, for this Thursday afternoon, we are anticipating gray skies to continue across the area, partly to mostly cloudy skies across the basin, with greatest possibility across the northeastern portion of the entire region. So once again, Thursday, late in the day into Friday morning, we'll be seeing a brief break from all this rain across the area. Friday into Saturday, once again, that cloud cover across the entire region. And then for the beginning of next work week into Tuesday, we could be seeing those remnants impacting the region with cooler than average temperatures in the mid 50s, especially on Monday. Right around 60 should be the normal high. This segment brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. We'll be right back with sports.
You don't need me to tell you that 4 and all-wheel drive time is on its way. But maybe you didn't know your local Toyota dealers are gearing up for the season with special savings on our top-selling 4 and all-wheel drive models. From tough Tundra trucks to our best-selling CUV RAV4 or Venza, the perfect blend of all-wheel drive with safety and style. Plus many others. The bottom line is exceptional 4 or all-wheel drive savings just in time for winter. For full details on these and other savings, visit any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
I'm Daryl Pheasant. I've been your treasurer for 28 years. I take my oath seriously, following the laws consistently and fairly. This complex job depends on experience. Experience to run a $200 million public investment pool. Experience working with state agencies, banks, attorneys, title companies. Experience to know the law and be able to explain it. With reduced staffing, we need a working treasurer. Let me continue working hard for you. Public service, experience, leadership that is unmatched. Vote Daryl Pheasant for County Treasurer.
Ephrata girls soccer pushed its win streak to 15 games with a victory over Prosser. I had a chance to catch the action and saw a determined Mustang team give Ephrata all it could handle.
Prosser had its sights set on knocking off the high-flying Tigers in Ephrata last night, but the Mustangs came up on the short end of a 2-0 score. Coach Hillary Coombs knew it would be a difficult task for her girls to beat a quality Prosser team a second time in the same season. And her intuition was right as the Mustangs made the Tigers earn the win. The match got off to a slow start offensive-wise for Ephrata as Prosser defenders kept the Tigers in check. Paige Slane broke the ice off an assist by Haley Berryman at the 13th minute on a blast from 25 yards out. Berryman's unassisted goal midway through the half made it 2-0 Tigers. Both teams had opportunities to score in the second half, but neither was able to convert. The win moves the Tigers to 8-0 in the CWAC standings and 15-0 overall.
Ellensburg is 7-1 as the last team with a chance to spoil a perfect league and regular season record for Ephrata. The Tigers head to Bulldog territory to battle it out for the league championship Saturday. Jennifer Mendoza and Brenna Whitney scored 2 goals each to lead Wharton to a 4-1 home win over Walook. Mendoza found the back of the Warrior box at the 20th minute to put Wharton up 1-0. She tickled the Walook net 10 minutes later to make it a 2-score game. The Warriors got a gift goal off a Cougar miscue to narrow the gap to 2-1 at the break. Whitney's first goal came on a penalty kick early in the second half to give Wharton some breathing room. Her second goal in the waning minutes of the match sealed it for the Cougars. It was a real stinker for the Royals in their first World Series appearance in more than 25 years. Madison Bumgarner went 7 innings and Hunter Pence hit a 2-run homer in San Francisco's 7-1 rout. Royals ace James Shield had a rough outing, allowing 5 runs and 7 hits in 3+ innings. His performance was a stark contrast to his previous World Series start. Shields tossed shutout ball over 5 2/3 innings for Tampa Bay in Game 2 of the 2008 Fall Classic. Shields is 3-5 with a 5.7 ERA over 53 1/3 innings in 10 career postseason starts. Well, be sure and keep your dial set on Channel 1 as we bring you the Big Ben Walla Walla volleyball match at 6. The Lady Vikings are looking to make it 3 NWAC East Region League wins in a row. Sean Wells and Cody Johnson will be calling the live action. We'll be right back after this.
This is Garth Dano. I'm asking for your vote for Grant County Prosecutor and have practiced law here with my family for 34 years. I care about this county and the people who live and raise their families here. I'm committed to improving our justice system in Grant County so we can all be proud of it. I will hold serious offenders accountable and will work with all our police officers to protect the public. Currently, it takes 3 to 4 years to have a civil trial heard in our courts. I am committed to working with the judges to solve this unnecessary delay. Please vote for me in the upcoming general election. I am Garth Dano and I approve this message.
I'm Jacob Taylor, and I'm running for Grant County Auditor. As a certified public accountant, I hold myself to the highest level of ethical standards. As a former Assistant State Auditor and the current Director of Budget and Accounting for Grant County, I have spent my entire professional career working in governmental finance. Please vote to ensure your next county auditor is certified with the experience and integrity necessary to lead Grant County forward. Vote Jacob Taylor, CPA, for Grant County Auditor.
Our spotlight story tonight is about a class being offered by the Washington State University Extension on how to safely preserve food. Reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
When it comes to canning fruits, vegetables, and meats, what Grandma did to preserve them may not be the safest way anymore. That's why Washington State University's Grant Adams Extension Service is presenting weekly classes called How to Preserve the Taste of Summer. Christine Price, County Director for the Grant Adams WSU Extension Office for 24 years, is the Family Consumer Science Educator for the WSU Extension. Price said food preservation is becoming more popular simply because more people want to know the content of what they eat.
You know, people think of home food preservation as something that's fun to do and it looks nice and it's earthy, it's, you know, back to nature, and really there's an awful lot of science that goes into home food preservation, and making it safe are the processes that we were talking about this evening. Making it safe for all members of the family. People that are vulnerable are typically those that are very young, infants, toddlers, and young children. Those that are very on the other end of the age spectrum that have maybe a reduced immune system or are compromised, their health is compromised in another way, pregnant women, people that have a specific illness where their body does not assimilate food or is more fragile.
She said because the foods have changed in makeup over the years, a preservation refresher course is appropriate for safety reasons.
The way Grandma did it, the way my mom did it, may not be the safest way, and because our products change. The tomatoes are a prime example of how products have changed over the years. The tomatoes that we're canning at home now are not the same tomato product that we had 10 years ago.
The class Tuesday night at Moses Lake Senior Center was more like a discussion with several experienced food preservers on hand sharing their ideas on the subject. The concern about food safety came up during the discussion. One of those attending the course was Jenny Roberts, coordinator for Harvest Against Hunger in Moses Lake. Roberts said the WSU Extension's food preservation course was important to her program.
Well, my program, Harvest Against Hunger, is all about capturing the abundance of food we have here in the Columbia Basin. We go in and harvest 10 acres of apple orchards sometimes, so learning how to put up the excess is always a good thing.
Roberts said the WSU Extension's food preservation course was important. Roberts, who is herself learning food preservation techniques at the class, is based at Moses Lake Food Bank. She said she cans a lot of apples for her family's consumption.
Probably close to a full ton of apples.
To join the food preservation class, contact Roberts at 509-765-8101. I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
And we'll be right back after this.
Hi, this is Kelly Moore from Moore Furniture. I want to let you all know how excited we are about Sealy's new gel memory foam beds. Sealy has taken memory foam to a whole new level by infusing gel beads into the mattress to keep you from getting too warm while you sleep. They come with a 25-year warranty, and we've got them on our floor for you to try out. We also offer free delivery and in-house financing, so stop by and see us and get yourself sleeping good at night. Remember, whatever you do in bed, Sealy supports it. So come see us at Moore Furniture in Ephrata or find us on the web at moorefurniture.net.
Pizza Maker, Playmaker.
Check out my Ultimate Meats Pizza.
Looks great.
5 meats working together.
I love it.
A team of ingredients.
You're trying to make a football joke.
Yeah, funny?
Brutal, actually. Stick to pizza.
Pepperoni, salami, sausage, Canadian and hickory smoked bacon. Up your game with the new Ultimate Meats Pizza. A large for $12. Add a mega chocolate chip cookie for just $5 more.
Better ingredients, better pizza.
Better football.
Papa John's.
Welcome back. Grant County Sheriff Tom Jones is holding a town hall meeting at the Grant County Fairgrounds on Thursday. The public meeting takes place in the 4-H building from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Jones will present information on public safety and crime prevention. The sheriff's administrative staff will also be on hand to answer questions. The meeting is part of Jones' community outreach program. For more information, call the sheriff's office at 509-754-2011, extension 468. The Grant County Commissioners are looking for people interested in serving on the Moses Lake Irrigation and Rehabilitation District Board. A committee is expected to interview candidates for 2 spots on the district's Board of Directors next week. Commissioner Carol Ann Swartz said commissioners decided to allow people to submit applications through Friday following the resignation of Ron Covey last week. People interested in the position need to submit an application and a letter of interest to the Commissioner's office. Applications can be found on the county's website. Schwartz explained the 2 people appointed to the board will need to run for election in December to serve the remainder of the terms. Kofi had 2 years remaining on his term, and former Director Ken Kernan had 1 year remaining. In Northwest news, 2 youth football teams in Washington are suspended, and 2 parents could face assault charges after a melee on the sidelines. Kara Kostanich has the story.
Meet the Renton Five Stars. These 9 and 10-year-olds are a mean match on the field. They played undefeated the entire season, but their dreams of the championship playoff are now sidelined.
They've been training since August. This is heartbreaking.
The Council of the Greater Eastside Junior Football Association made the decision to ban the Renton Five Stars and the Bothell Cougars from the playoffs. It's because of this mayhem that broke out between the coaches and parents on both teams at a game on October 4th. Courtney Steffen's son plays for Renton.
I jumped in to try to break them up, and that's when one of the coaches from the Bothell team jumped over the fence and attacked me.
The video tells the story, and Bothell police say 2 parents with the Bothell Cougars assaulted 2 parents with the Renton Five Stars. All this while a player laid on the field with a broken arm.
We had parents that were in the stands. They were calling us ghetto. They were calling us the N-word. They were calling us gorillas.
Now all the players are paying the price for the actions police say of 2 parents.
It's abominable. I cannot believe that this is happening to these kids.
The Bothell Cougars do not qualify for the playoffs this year, but the Renton Five Stars do. Police say no Renton parents will be charged in this rowdy brawl.
Our values are sportsmanship and fair play and good behavior, and that is going to supersede any record.
Punishing the children when they've worked so hard to get to where the playoffs, it's not fair.
The makers of a new app are trying to map the beer genome, so to speak. In the world of craft beers, the app developers want to find out what makes a beer different from other beers. The developers were in Seattle this week. Matt Markovich reports the goal is to give people a better idea of what they could pour into their next glass.
It's a job many would envy. Roll up in a refrigerated box truck, go into local beer shops with a ton of money, and buy beer.
Beer. It's what's for breakfast.
Yeah, there's that too.
It also depends who's driving, so...
George Taylor and Stephen Pond are crisscrossing America to buy every kind of bottled or canned beer sold in the U.S.
I'm hoping to get about 200 to 300 beers here. And that would be almost 650 individual beers that we would have gotten from Seattle.
They seek out shops like Beer Junction in West Seattle, 1,300 different kinds of beer here. They'll barcode scan every one.
UPCs that pop up red, we already have. If it pops up white, we don't have it, so we just grab it.
Their goal, 40,000 different beers, one bottle at a time.
You know, somebody's got to try 40,000 beers.
I've signed up for that job numerous times. That's a hard one to come by.
But they're not to drink. They'll be taken back to a lab in Wilmington, North Carolina, analyzing a mass spectrometer for their DNA, finding chemical signatures and patterns.
And then through that DNA, we're able to transfer it to other beers that are similar to that.
And that DNA will go into a free app called Next Glass that will help beer and wine lovers as well scientifically find a match to the beer and wines you like.
So if you give us like 3 to 5 suggestions on things you've tried, whether you liked them or not, just rate them. And from that, we can tell you exactly what you're going to like.
So I bet you don't have this one, 12th Man Pale Ale in your database.
Let's see. That we do not.
I think every city claims to be like a beer mecca, right?
I've seen a lot of cities and a lot of beer, and I would say Seattle is definitely holding the title so far.
That's coming from a pair of guys who really know their beer.
And that's going to do it for us here at I-501 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.